You know how when you're in the shower, you often have these great epiphanies? Well, here on r/shower thoughts, these people post these brilliant ideas that are actually mind blowing, and we are going to take a look at the top ones today. The best shower thought of all time from 5 years ago, whoever created the tradition of not seeing the bride in the wedding dress beforehand sent countless husbands everywhere from hours of dress shopping and will forever be a hero to all men. I agree with this. It's probably some disgruntled dude who's like, bro, can you just go do it yourself? You've got friends to pick out your wedding dress for you. And crazy idea. I don't want to see you before the wedding in that dress because what if that's bad luck? Next, we laugh at dogs getting excited when they hear a bark on TV. But if TV was a non-stop stream of unintelligible noises and then suddenly someone spoke to you in your language, you'd be startled too. I don't know though, it's like watching a telenovela or a K-drama. If you don't speak the languages, you don't know what they're saying. Yeah, I guess when they suddenly speak in English, it does surprise you a little bit. When you're a kid, you don't realize you're also watching your mom and dad grow up. This is true. Now that I'm in my 20s, and some of my friends are getting married and having kids, it is crazy to be on this side of it now, because when you're a kid, you're like, oh my god, grown-ups are this abstract concept. They must have everything figured out. Dads probably bond with dogs so much because in our society, men don't get shown a lot of affection, but dogs gives tons of affection regardless. Controversial, I'm not really a dog person. I like dogs. I'm more of a cat person though because they leave you alone most of the time. And then there's sometimes where they just want to cuddle up beside you. Being able to tolerate the sound of your own voice in a video is probably the highest form of self-acceptance. Disagree. I think the highest form of self-acceptance is accepting where you are and being happy with all of yourself. I think if you hear your voice for just like a few minutes a day in recordings, you'll probably be able to accept it. Some people never accept themselves as they truly are. Girls don't compliment guys because they're likely to take it non-platonically. True. Guys take it non-platonically because it happens so infrequently they don't know how to handle it. You know, maybe that's correct. Girls say something nice like, oh, you look good today. Guys are like, oh my god, never had that in my life. Please marry me. Please. If elevators hadn't been invented, all the CEOs and important people would have their offices on the first floor as a sign of status. That would be true, and the entry-level employees would be on the 80th floor. I agree with this one. The view is why all the important people want their offices extremely high up, but I'm sure that view is not worth climbing 50 flights of stairs. This one, very true, very smart. During a nuclear explosion, there's a certain distance of the radius where all the frozen supermarket pizzas are cooked to perfection. Whoa! You know, this is the first one where I think is a true shower thought. You would never think of this outside of the shower, but would they still be radioactive though if they were cooked by a nuclear explosion? Anxiety is like when video game combat music is playing, but you can't find any enemies. I'd say it's more like you know there's a big boss coming up that you're gonna struggle with. I think that's more anxiety. I think tension is when video game combat music is playing, but you can't find any enemies. I think tension's a better word. It's like everything's tense, you don't know what's gonna happen. I guess it's kind of like anxiety. Yeah, you know what? I agree. 11 babies have been born in Antarctica, and none of them died as infants, meaning Antarctica has the lowest infant mortality rate at 0%. 11 people have been born on Antarctica? Also, those babies gotta be some of the smartest people alive because they have to be born to scientists. I would assume. Maybe scientists took their wives and husbands, but I'd assume it's all scientists that are just there, want to make some love, accidentally get pregnant. Also, who delivers them? That's gotta be some painful births. There's gotta be no epidurals or anything. We do not check the refrigerator multiple times to find new food. We check to see if our standards have dropped enough to eat what was available. I think that might be true for most people, but I generally check the refrigerator multiple times to see if I miss something. Because the first time you go through, it's like a casual glance, like, no, don't, no. The sentence "don't objectify women" has women as the object of the sentence. Not really a mind-blowing one. Somebody at Google was just like, yeah, just have someone drive down every road on Earth. And you know what? They did it. That's true. Who was like, yo, guys, there's this really good idea I have. They're probably stoned. They're like, oh my god, guys, what if we just drove down every single road? Like, wouldn't that be cool, dude? And everyone else in the office is like, Steve, you're an actual idiot. What are you talking about? That would take years. And then Steve was like, no, think about it. But then everyone can see every street there is. You know how GPSs show you roads? Well, what if you could see the roads that you're driving down? It's like, why would anyone need that? Let's just do it. And they're like, fine, we'll do it. Apparently a lemon is not naturally occurring. What? Is a hybrid developed by crossbreeding a bitter orange and a citron. Life never gave us lemons. We invented them all by ourselves. So you're saying, when life doesn't give us lemons, make it ourselves and then make lemonade. Being 35 and not wanting to work in the field for which you've prepared is like being halfway through an RPG and realizing you've built out your skill tree all wrong and you can't respec and you can't make a new character and there will never be another video game again. You know what? This speaks to me as a non-35-year-old. Like, I chose the wrong major and it's like, oh, there's so much pressure. So I guess I could at least respec when I fixed my major. Well, I first started majoring in math. Haha, Asian, good at math. Anyways, I have majored in math and I switched to computer science. But like, if I stuck with math, there would be almost nothing I would want to do in math. Gummy worms have more bones in them than actual worms. No, what? This doesn't make sense. Why is this an excellent shower thought? This doesn't make sense to me. Do gummy worms have... What? It would be cool if after you died, you could see the top 5 times you almost died. Well, I know the top 1 time I almost died. I was like 3, and I had that big wheel tricycle. You know, a toy you get when you're a kid. And I kid you not, when I was like 3, this is my first memory ever. My mom remembers it. I go, Mom, look! Mom, look at me! And I purposely turn my trike down the stairs to crash into a door. And then it's all black from there. I don't remember anything else. Let's go to the top of this month for some more recent ones. You know, we have hit a technological wall with cell phone improvements when the only thing Apple pitches about their new phone is that it's made of titanium. I haven't paid attention to that, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I guess that's true. It's incredibly unlikely, but entirely possible for only males to be born for the next 100 years, wiping out the human race. I'd say entirely possible is a stretch. I'd say it's actually impossible, just given the number of 50-50s that would have to come. So, no. I bet you in an infinite amount of universes that has not happened in a single one of them. Because, like, think about how many people are born in 100 years. You have to then get the 50-50 of it being a man correct every time? No. Odds are actually impossible. Even in an infinite amount of universes, which I know means statistically that one is guaranteed to have one that this happens in, or actually an infinite amount's guaranteed to have one that this happens in, but still would not happen. Most animals have never burned the inside of their mouth. Oh. That's actually so true. They don't cook their foods. Yeah. Unless they're eating fire. When hardcore gamers pass from old age, their bloated Steam accounts may become a valuable addition of the will. I don't know if that's true. I feel like by the time they die, those games aren't going to be that relevant anymore. Except for, as this person says, the games that aren't available to buy. But also, like, most people wouldn't want to play it. I'm sure there's people these days who like to play games from the 80s. So there'll be people in the future who like to play games from now, but I don't think they'll be that relevant. Maybe if you had physical copies. Yeah, physical copies might stay relevant just for the collector's value. Anyways, some of these shower thoughts were absolutely mind-blowing. Some of them were pretty mild, but all of them were interesting. And if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, and I will see you guys later.